Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing some quick 2-minute warm-up exercises. If you would like to join me, go ahead and grab something to draw with and draw on. It doesn't need to be anything fancy because these are going to be super quick, loose sketches. They are definitely not going to be perfect, and it's really more to just warm you up, get you sketching. If this is your first time here, I will be popping up pictures right over here so you can follow along. I also have a timer set off screen, and I'll let you know when to start and stop. Kind of a random one today. I've got 5 different pictures. None of the pictures are really related in any kind of way. It's just pictures that I've saved, except the last one. The last one was actually a request. Today I'm going to be using Caran Neocolor IIs and Stabilo Woodys, which are both water soluble. So at the end of the video, I'm going to go back with some water brushes and kind of finish off all the 2-minute sketches. Totally an optional step, but you'll see the more you do, the more you want to keep going. Anyway, here's the first picture. And hopefully you got all your stuff ready to go. I'm going to focus on the chicken first, okay? And if I have time afterwards, I'm going to try to get as much in here as I can. But don't overthink it, just go for it. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. All right, chicken in the middle. Here's his leg. Here's his body. And there's the back side of his body. And he's got most of the dark feathers down in here. And his chest kind of comes out a bit more. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do these back tail feathers because they're the same color. Alright. Yeah. This weird stuff on his face that I still don't know the name of what this stuff is. And his little head stuff. Alright. And then get his eyes here and here. Okay. And let's see. Beak a little bit lighter in color. I don't like that. Might be too light. I can't even see it. Okay. Oh, eyeballs. Let's see. Let's get little dots for his eyes. And there. Okay. And his feet. Okay. Feet. Those are his legs. I guess you can't see his feet in this picture. There's one that kind of goes that way and that way. Okay. And then I guess I'll use this for the rest of his body because it's kind of a white color. And I don't really have a good other color for that, so this will work. Oh, all right. Well, I said I was going for the chicken, and that's all I got done. But I think I completed the chicken pretty good. I think his face parts are a bit spread out. Not too bad. I'm a little sad I didn't get more of the background in here. I really wanted to at least do a little bit of the grass and maybe the idea of something in the background. Now remember, I've done this for like over a year now, so I've had some practice in being able to sketch in 2 minutes. So don't feel bad if all you got was like the outline of his body or maybe just his tail feathers and his legs. Put all this back. Just kind of throwing neocolors everywhere. All right, here's your next picture. I love this picture. I think this one's gonna be a lot of fun. It's definitely gonna be like a big scribbly mess at the end of it, but just let loose and go for it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. All right. Oh no, I froze. Okay. All right, we're gonna get this tree. Boom. Tree is there. Done. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this little bench right here. Try to get it as good as I can, because this is all perspective, and I'm not the best with perspective. So, but I think I've gotten better. I've gotten better at perspective. All right. Okay, and then it's got legs. All right. Okay, I got the bench. The bench is good. All right, let's see. Now I'm gonna do this path. It's definitely not the right color for this path, but it kind of ends around here, I think. And it kind of comes off the page like that. Okay. Alright. Get some of this orange. Let's see, we got some orange here. Got lots of orange in here. Over in here, there's lots of orange. Lots of orange. There. Some of this is actually really orange too. And then at the base of the tree, there's lots of orange. Okay. I need some green. Gotta get some green in here. Make it look kind of like a hill. If I can. This is a hill. Alright. And there's this, which is actually really dark green branches. There's a little bit of green back in here. Oh, all right. That was a fun one. I always like the landscape ones with the trees and everything because you can really just scribble around and make a mess. I completely missed this tree over here. And I only got one tree. There's like definitely a bunch of trees in the background. I'm actually pretty proud of this bench. I thought this bench was gonna go all kinds of wrong. This one's gonna be a lot of fun to finish. All right, let's go to the next one. I think I'm gonna turn my page sideways for this one. I'm not so good with houses, but we'll see. We'll give it our best shot. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, all right, let's see. Here's the roof. The roof goes that way, and you see a little bit of this comes down. Actually, it's more like that. Okay. Oh no, this is okay. There's the edge of the house. It's really dark right there. And then we got logs in here. It's kind of like that. All right. And oh goodness, we got a window. A window with lots of squares. Okay. And then we have a window up here with lots of squares. And it's got some shutters with a Z thing on it. And here's the edge of it. Okay. All right, then we got the porch. Porch comes out. That. Oh gosh. Something like that. All right, then we got this part. Oh man. And the edge of the porch. And here's all that stuff. Like that. Okay. And there's some steps. Here's some steps and a door in the background. Oh my goodness, that's a really fat door in the background. Okay. All right, this comes over. And it's kind of like that, I think. Oh my God. Oh no. Okay, all right, here's another window and some shutters. Okay, let me change colors because they look kind of orange. The shutters back here. All right, there we go. Oh, I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. I like its wonkiness. Maybe if I get some green and kind of outline where the grass is, I can, if you make that part come up, it's not so bad. Don't know what happened here, but it's all perspective issues. That's for sure. But even though it's really wonky, I actually got a lot in here. When I was doing the top of the porch, I was really worried and I started going really fast. It actually helped, I think, when I started going faster. If you're doing this along with me, I'm definitely curious to know how yours came out. All right, here's your next picture. And this guy, I think this guy's actually these two colors. So I'm just gonna keep these right here, close by. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. All right. All right. First things first. Let's get his back, and then turtle shell. Turtle shell comes around like that, and then he's got bands like that. And then he's got like this part kind of traces around. Okay, and this part's really dark. Okay. And he's got lots of little designs on his shell. And then there's all this part that kind of goes like that. Okay, and then his head. Let's definitely get his head in here. Alright. And here's his mouth. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright. We're making it work. It's kind of working. Here's his big old leg. Alright, and his leg kind of goes back to his shell. Alright. I think he's got a little back leg showing, but we're not going to focus on that because we can't hardly see it. Alright, here's a claw, here's a claw, there's a claw, and he's kind of got webbed feet, that, and he's kind of got some weird designs there, and his eyeball, okay, and he's kind of got a red eyeball, okay. And let's give him a pupil. Okay. It's actually got a pretty dark eye. And he's got some more. Oh, I was gonna put some orange up in here. Alright. Get some going on his face. Oh, he's got another foot back here. Oh. Okay. I gotta say, I love his face. I love his foot. I actually really like his shell. I think, you know, this actually turned out a lot better than I thought it would. A couple of weird spots going on, but I think, yeah, he's cute. I'm happy with it. All right, here's the last one. This one's gonna be a lot of fun. This was actually a suggestion. Someone left a comment and asked if I could do jellyfish. And I was like, you know what? I should just throw a jellyfish in this video. So, all right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go. Okay. Let's see. I have to use, oh, I don't know. Okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. Let's just go. All right. So we got this part. That, I think I made it way, way too big, but that's okay. Just kind of roll with it. There's the inside part, and then this part in the background. Kind of looks like a mushroom. I think that's the Alright. Let's see. Got little, like, streaky things up here. And then this really light stuff. It kind of curls around that way. Oh man, this is hard. This is hard to depict. Oh, alright, this kind of comes around. It's just a bunch of squiggly weirdness. Alright, now how am I gonna get this to actually look right? I don't know. Okay, let's add some shadow. Maybe that'll help. Is that helping? I don't know if that's helping at all. Well, not gonna lie, that was probably the hardest one to draw. I think it's gonna be easier to like paint with the water brushes, you know, and make it look how it should. But as of right now, it kind of looks like a mushroom on top of something. I forgot the little black stringy bits. That might have helped. Man, that was a really hard one. I didn't expect it to be that hard to draw. Definitely an interesting one. All right, so now I'm gonna go back and finish all of these because it's hard for me to just leave them this way. Also, I'm like really in the mood to throw some water on here and really layer them up and see if I can bring them to life. So I'll speed it up for you and then I'll come back at the end. Here is the last one, up close. Gotta say, I have surprised myself with all of these. I mean, look at the house. I mean, did I get good at buildings? When did I get good at buildings? I've never been very good at buildings, but I mean, and the turtle, I hope it comes off on camera as good as it is in person, because it literally looks like he's just crawling across the page. The texture and everything that I got in here, I mean, gosh, I swear it's that, and the, I mean, what a transformation. It definitely looks like it's glowing. The only bad thing is I used the Stabilo Woodys to do the black background. And some of you will already know, but they're not as high quality as the Neocolor IIs. And they're a little more waxy. But if you kind of tip it, if you tip it towards the light, I wonder if you can see. You can see how like some of it got a little weird. I dried it with the heat tool. When you heat them up, it kind of makes them to where they don't want to act right. So part of that is, you know, my fault for heating them up. So I'm a little sad about that, but very happy with the outcome. Especially like all of this stuff, I was afraid it was just gonna look like a bunch of scribble scrabble, which it kind of does, especially if you're up close, it kind of does. But I think when you pull it back, it kind of gives off that see-through lookingness. But it was just really fun playing with the darkness and lightness on this one. I'm literally the most surprised with this house. It looks so cute. I fixed the roof, and that's why I had to go back and kind of put some blue in there, because you can see that the original roof like came all the way out here, you know, which was clearly wrong. I really like how it looks. Got some little rocks going on, and the little wood pile is cute. I love the green. I love everything about this house. One of my favorites for sure is this one. I want to just walk down the path. I want to sit on the bench and just feel the cool breeze under the trees. I feel like you can feel this one. I mean, let me know if you feel the same way. Definitely an awesome one. And the chicken, y'all have to understand, like, I've come a really, really long way with sketching and drawing and using the Neocolors and everything. And being able to create something like this in such a short amount of time, it's really mind-blowing, especially when, you know, I take breaks in between finishing each one. And, you know, these were not all done in the same day. So coming back and flipping through these, it's just really cool. I highly recommend, the more you do it, the more you're gonna get better. Look at the detail I got in his little stuff. Why haven't I looked up what this is called yet? Someone tell me what this is called. His red stuff. His face skin, chicken face skin. I don't know. I love it. I love his tail feathers. I love how his whole body looks. I just love the chicken. I love the chicken so much. I don't think I can pick a favorite on this. This might be the least favorite. I really like the house. I really like this one. And I really like the chicken, because I just really like drawing chickens. Chickens are just a lot of fun to draw. How did you do on this one? Were you happy that they were like a bunch of like different things page to page? Anyway, let me know how you did. I'm very curious which one was your favorite, which one gave you the most trouble, because there's always a troublemaker in there somewhere. For me, I think this one gave me the most trouble, even though it was a lot of fun to try to figure out why I was having so much trouble with it. But anyway, thank you everyone who hit that like button. It really helps me out a lot. And thank you to all my subscribers, whether you just joined today or you've been here from the start. I really appreciate you being here. If you want some more 2-minute warm-ups, I have a whole playlist. I'll link them right over here. There's a lot in there. I think this is like number 26 or 25 or something. Anyway, there's a lot, so go check those out. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.